have no confidence in City Hall at all. You've got a bureaucrat who's backing up a bureaucrat who's lying about a promise another bureaucrat gave me that all public comments, not citizen comments, not public hearings, all public comments would be given a split screen. Then you've got city staff trying to tell me, we have no mold, here's a mold report, and they give me a 2013 mold report. They tell me the data will be available in a week. I get it 2 weeks later, and then the actual data I'm looking to analyze is not reported out. And they say, well, there's no evidence of it, so we don't have it in the report. If there's no evidence of something, you show the data that there's no evidence. Moreover, I've read reports from this very same company, and I know what these are supposed to look for. You've got a bureaucrat who's backing up a bureaucrat who's lying about a promise that a bureaucrat made to me about all public comments being given a split screen. And the purpose of that split screen is to protect the public from rude bureaucrats who repeatedly talk and parade breaking Robert's Rules of Order during citizen comments and public hearings, i.e. public comment. Then you've got a bureaucrat who's got a website launch. Here's a scavenger hunt question for you. How much did the new website cost? What's going to be the name of your PowerPoint for your professional presentation on how to have a social media campaign for a website launch? And why won't you engage the public who show up to give a speech and give them split screen coverage like you promised for all public comment? My favorite part, that the city really thinks, they must think I'm stupid. I know I'm over the top passionate, but y'all must really think I'm stupid. This report does not cover items which may be concealed behind walls, beneath floors, and above ceilings, when Copuletta has literally pointed to the ceiling tile where the leak is.
Can you tell I'm wheezing right now? Have you guys been noticing that tile up there is continually getting replaced? You guys have mold. You can shake your head all you want, Mayor. The last mold report you had was in 2013.
And I've been telling you guys for months you have a leak in your roof that's leaking into the chambers.
Thank you for your time, and God bless San Marcos.
Thank you, Ms. Copuletta. I'm going to make a statement of fact that the city government has done an indoor air quality study, and the air quality meets all the required standards. I'm sorry, Ms. Copuletta.
Can I respond to that?
No,
That's a falsehood. Okay, we'll take that with the news media.
Thank you.
Marcus, I've kept this quiet, but y'all should might as well know everything, because the city of San Marcos has been so unethical this week. This department used to get a steak dinner every time they threw concrete. That's why this project has taken so long, until LMC contacted a high up on the management team. Those free steak dinners are now done. So, wouldn't you love to work for a department that you got a steak dinner and you could purposely foot drag so you can get a steak dinner? Well, that's why the work has been kicking up, y'all. Peace. That you would think I would believe, oh, Mrs. Copuletta, it's not in the mold report because we didn't find anything. But you've been telling me you have a mold report and you're going to show me data. If you're testing for a certain type of mold, you've got data analysis that it's not present. You guys must think I'm really stupid. My favorite part of San Marcos is that the city actually expects me to accept hearsay conversation that allegedly took place between a city staff member and a licensed indoor air quality mold man, and who told him that there's no mold present. But they don't have data to show a member of the press and public to reassure them there's not a public health problem when she's specifically telling them what kind of mold she thinks is there. I'm supposed to listen to hearsay. It's real super cute. Hey, Holmes.
Fucking with Alvin Orrs.
No, not Alvin Orrs. I love Alvin Orrs.
Our next and final speaker is Lisa Marie Copuletta.
Hi, I'm Lisa Marie Copuletta, 1322 Belvin. I really want to say thank you to the neighbors for coming. That was an absolutely stellar show of support, how all y'all stood up and y'all are organized. And I remember when y'all came and told them you didn't want that Olive Garden because of all the traffic. And I applaud you for being organized. I also want to applaud the Parks and Recs Department. They have some super cool statues out there right now. And I also want to applaud the communications director for her awards in social media. Can you tell I'm wheezing right now? Have you you guys been noticing that tile up there is continually getting replaced? You guys have mold. You can shake your head all you want, Mayor. The last mold report you had was in 2013. And you know what? The mold report that I got from Ms. Cognier today does not have one type of mold enumerated on it. I happen to be an expert in the field in mold data analysis. And on this report that your city staff have kindly given me, there's only 4 types of indoor air quality particulates that have been examined. I have sent a follow-up to the city management office. There's actually 10 other types of mold in which people become highly allergic to. Things like Stachybotys, things like Penicillium, things like Aspergillus, which I believe is in this building. I know that other people are wheezing. My ears are hurting right now. I'm going to be itching. I'm going to have to go home and wash my hair and take a shower and throw all my clothes in the laundry. Additionally, it's very shameful that y'all have not done any indoor air quality reports until I made those complaints. And I know I'm not the only one that's having allergic reactions. I want to thank the city manager as well as the chief of police. I was going to wear a mold mask, but I found out I'm allergic to latex, and the mold mask burned my lips, and so I couldn't wear it tonight. The other thing I want to talk about is transparency. We used to have something called a split screen. And after the city communications director invested in all this money, there was a 9-month drama for us to get that split screen. Why is that important? Because some people, some of the city staff and the planning and zoning commissions in particular, are very rude, and they tend to walk around and talk while people like all these residents show up and give a speech. And the residents at home on TV, watching TV and the internet, have a right to know that rude behavior. Now, after all this drama, we finally got the split screen, and now all of a sudden it's been eliminated for public hearings. And public hearings, as you know, are topic-specific items, highly controversial items. These are the items that we need to have transparent coverage of a split screen. And I hope you can agree. If any of you have ever been in my seat and you've come up here and given a speech, I think you would want that respect. Additionally, some of us spend all day working on our speeches. I've been out in the parking lot, and I think that we're stakeholders in that decision. Thank you for your time, and God bless San Marcos.
Thank you, Ms. Copoletta. I'm going to make a statement of fact that the city government has done an indoor air quality study, and the air quality meets all the required standards. I'm sorry, Ms. Copoletta.
Can I respond to that?
No,
that's a falsehood. Okay, we'll take that with the news media.
Thank you. And that's the fact. So that being said, we will move on to our next agenda item, which is our consent agenda. Hearing.
Hi, I'm Lisa Coprinus, 1322 Belvin. I kind of interpreted this as the flood recovery, but I'm going to tie it in because I think it's very relevant. When y'all had all those great photo ops splashed across the paper that some of you used for your political campaigns when you went to Washington for your hard work, did you realize that you may be actually helping profit developers versus those who live in Blanco Gardens? When you went to D.C., did you consider the homeowners, or were you thinking about the developers? Tonight I want to talk about environmental racism and the unique scenario of Blanco Gardens. I'm actually a published critical theorist, and I'm working on an academic article about this, how this is actually a textbook example of environmental racism. The noun reparation means making amends for a wrong one has done by paying money to otherwise helping those who have been wrong. It's funny how we're talking about buyouts on the San Marcos Minute, but we're not talking about reparations. First, let's examine the causation of flooding. The slope road down into the neighborhood, when y'all built the road, now you're having to fix it. We all know y'all made a mistake, is something that created that problem. Additionally, when y'all poured the sidewalks and eliminated drainage, that caused the problem. Additionally, we all know, right, what really justifies the reparations. Because if you watch my Flash documentaries, the neighbors knew it would flood. Your engineers said it wouldn't flood. The Woods people said it wouldn't flood. You didn't even have your flood administrator on hand. You had someone else on hand. So the X factor of the Woods, the white elephant in the room, has never been connected by the city government. And I would ask you, please, looking at the demographics of the Blanco Gardens, mainly elderlies and minorities and low-income people, they don't have time to come up here and have the. And so your mom lived in that neighborhood, so you know very well those demographics. And I would ask ask for you to be a strong advocate for reparations for those community members. First, the logic. All this bureaucratic red tape is all the feds, and we all know that. The neighborhood feels isolated. They've spent a lot of money on hotels that they'll never get back. The residents are not eager to do a lot of paperwork, and this takes a lot of personal time, unlike the developers. One quote from 6 hours of interviews I had this weekend says, "We are backlogged in all aspects of our life, and people do not feel this will benefit them in any way." Additionally, Blanco Gardens residents feel like you're about to give a handout to developers, and I know this is the federal government, not the city, but I'm asking you to look into your hearts and communicate to the neighbors that you appreciate them and that you give them reparations. We spend all kinds of money on West San Antonio with street improvements, but I don't see any drainage projects over there. I appreciate your time, and God bless San Marcos.
Thank you, Ms. Coppola. Are there anyone else wishing to speak on item number 8?